international marriage migration are largely motivated by economic factors. That is, often these women marry Korean men to find a way to escape economic hardship in their home country and improve their quality of life, or to help their families in their home countries by obtaining financial assistance from their future husband in South Korea. One survey data in 2005 showed that 41% of marriage migrant women report they married Korean men because of economic reasons. And in contrast, only 37% of them say they married because they love their husband. From the perspective of South Korea, men try to find future wives from other countries because of a shortage of women in the domestic marriage market. This marriage squeeze is a result of a balanced sex ratio of South Korea's population, which has been largely affected by a strong son preference and the low fertility. In addition, as women get better educated and they participate in higher employment, women are delaying or sometimes avoiding marriage. In these circumstances, men, especially with low LCS and older, have difficulty in finding their potential marriage partners in the local domestic market. That these Korean men are forced to find future wives in low-income countries, particularly in East Asia, which have similar culture and concept of marriage, and where Korean men can take advantage of their relative economic power to find a foreign wife. This process is increasingly done through commercialized agency, or it's called brokers. Usually the matching process is very quick. It takes only a couple of weeks, and it follows the traditional mail-order bride phenomenon. So why the health implications of international marriage migrant women are important? Unlike other types of temporary migrants, marriage migrant women tend to migrate at a young age, form a family, and give birth. And this is inevitably affect the population structure of South Korea. However, recent studies have consistently shown that marriage migrant women in South Korea are likely to suffer from various health-related problems and severe poverty. For example, one survey showed that 53% of multicultural families with 40 brides were in poverty line. Given that mother's health is directly related to the child health, the health of marriage migrant women is a crucial issue. Above, we argue that husband society economic characteristics play an important role in the health of marriage migrant women. So, why should husband LCS matter? The first reason is marriage migrant women's high material dependency on their husband. As foreign women usually expect the financial support from their future husband in South Korea, they often migrate without appropriate preparation for participating in the labor market. Even if they have a job in the country, they are usually marginalized because of lack of language skill and their low level education. Not surprisingly, marriage migrant women tend to heavily or sometimes totally depend on their husband's financial condition during marriage. Another reason is unequal relationship, which is closely related to the intervention of commercialized agencies. When Korean men and foreign women involved in international marriage market process, Korean men usually pay a large amount of money to meet their foreign wives. In this process, Korean men become the owner of the foreign brides, and this relationship dynamic continues throughout the marriage, creating male-dominated relationship and patriarchal family structure. In addition, marriage migrant women are highly expected to remain in household instead of working And in these circumstances, migrant women are easily isolated in the household, and husbands become an important source of direct social network, which increases women's emotional dependency on their husband. Based on this argument, we expect that husband SES will be strongly and positively associated with their foreign wives' health outcomes, and this effect could be stronger than that of foreign wives on SES. The data used in the studies from the National Survey of Multicultural Families in 2009, and the population of this study is the international marriage migrants who reside in South Korea. Among all respondents, only migrant women from China, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Japan, and ethnic Korean Chinese are included in the study. We focus on two dimensions of health status: self-reported health and life satisfaction. In the data, these two variables are coded as 5-point scale, but we collapse them into dichotomous variable. Well, independent variables are largely divided into three dimensions: wife, husband, and couple's characteristics. Both wife and husband characteristics include education, occupation, and age, and only wife characteristics include the country of origin. Couple's characteristics include monthly household income, number of children, duration of marriage, and how did the couple meet, such as through agency or through their friends. In this study, 3 nested rows model for these two, for the two outcomes are used. This table suggests descriptive information of the sample. In the sample, ethnic Korean Chinese account for about 38%, and is followed by Vietnamese and Chinese. The proportion of Filipinos and Japanese are relatively small. About half of foreign brides report that they have a good self-reported health and good life satisfaction. Looking at the household income, we see foreign brides experience economic hardship because nearly 20% are less than 1,000 monthly household income category. Here. This table and the next shows the result of logistic model. These models include all the covariates in the study, but I'm only presenting a selection of coefficients to highlight the main findings. I indicated in the bottom of the table, but it's very simple. Sorry. Model 1 includes migrant women's characteristics and suggests an educational gradient in their self-reported health. Model 2 additionally controls for husband characteristics, and husband education has a positive effect on their foreign bride self-reported health. At the same time, adding husband characteristics eliminates the advantage of marriage migrant women with high school education compared to their counterparts. In next model, which controls for couples characteristics, show that odds ratios of husband education is decreased compared to model 2, but it remains significant, and these odds ratios are larger than those of foreign women. With regard to life satisfaction, the odds ratio and its significance shows more dynamic pattern with women's characteristics. However, in model 2 and 3, we found a significant educational gradient for husband in reporting good life satisfaction. Interesting thing is that in model 3, marriage migrant women's education has a negative effect on their own life satisfaction. It's not showing here, but in the study, we also found a significant interaction between husband education and duration of marriage, which means this adverse effect of duration of marriage could be differ depending on their foreign wife's husband education attainment. This study examined the effect of husband essays on marriage migrant women's self-reported health and life satisfaction. Overall, the results show that there are significant disparities in health outcomes among foreign brides by their husband educational attainment. About the self-reported health, our results are similar to previous findings, but in current study, the effect of husband education is much stronger and it remains significant even after we control health characteristics. The result of life satisfaction is different from other previous findings that women with higher education are less likely to report life satisfaction than women with lower education. One possible explanation is that despite of marriage migrant women's strong economic motivation for the marriage, they are likely to marry Korean men with low ACS. So they may feel disappointment when they could have a better economic status in their home countries, and this could be much stronger when women have a higher level education. Okay, this is the end of my presentation.